Morning.
I trust you are doing well.
By grace of God, by the grace, I'm doing fine.
How is it going for you people? Ever since you and your members, this tolling system went off, was scrapped, or was taken out of the system, how is it going for your members and yourself?
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity. I believe I'm speaking to, is it Philip or Chris?
Yes,
Both of us.
both of us.
Yes.
On Channel One TV.
All right. Thank you for the opportunity once again, and then let me greet your cherished viewers and listeners. Well, as you all know it, I mean, if you're not working in this system, things will not be easy for you. Even those who are working and receiving salaries have difficulties and challenges. If you look at the economic situation, the journey that we're being through, one would say now things have changed, have come down a bit. But in the wake of the closure and in 2023, 24, thereabout, it wasn't easy at all. I mean, the closure happened in 2021, 17th of November. And it's a day that we'll never forget as former Tollbooth workers. It plunged into serious hardship. And well, we've managed, I would say that, and I've had the opportunity to speak on other platforms, I've said is that a lot of my members who have passed on, if it wasn't for this and the shock that they received and the economic hardship that they had to go through, probably some of them might still be alive today. Countless number of marriages have broken. You might argue it out, but we all know that, I mean, we as workers know that the bottom line of this is economic, because whereas the men were working and making money and taking care of the family was still intact. But when this job was taken away from them, some of them, the women had to leave. Same for even some of the women who were working, especially those who were persons with disability. When this thing happened and they had to lose their job and were not able to support the household, most of them lost their husbands, So it's been one problem to the other. People cannot pay school fees. They cannot send their wards to hospitals when they are sick. They have to resort to local herbs. Not to say that herbs are not good, but I mean, if they had the option, there are certain sicknesses or diseases that you cannot treat with herbs. You need to go to a hospital to be diagnosed properly before you get on treatment. So these are problems that we have gone through. I've had to intervene and speak to landlords because tenants cannot pay, which is our members, they cannot pay their rent. Because initially, we were promised, when this closure happened, we were promised that we were going to be paid every month until we have found an alternate livelihood. So I was using that as a leverage to speak to landlords and promise them that the government will pay us eventually, so they should just hang on for the tenants. And so I had to intervene for a lot of people, and then it got to a point where it became like a lie, because, I mean, we were holding the government to its word, and then it disappointed us. That was the previous administration.
But Duncan, before you go on, let me find out from you, how many members did you have, or say, how many workers were occupied when the toll collection was ongoing?
We were over 800 workers. Over 800 workers. We had Tollbooth collectors, which is a CSP, those who receive the money from the booth. You had supervisors, you had coordinators, you had cleaners, you had security personnel. So together we were over 800 workers working there.
And now, as we speak, you said earlier that there was a plan to sort of give you people, is it stipend or pay you till you get another job. Was that done? And also, is there any arrears that the government owes you in that regard?
Yes, that was never done, and that is what we've been fighting for. I mean, we're fighting for, especially with the previous administration, for all the time that they were in office. We were pushing for it. We had several meetings with the former minister, who was Honorable Makwata, whose tenure under which the closure happened, and then also when Honorable Francis Asenjo took over, we continued negotiating with him to to fulfill the promise that they gave us. But it got to a point, I mean, we were told that, you know, who will be not working in Ghana, where in Ghana that you will not be working and you will be paid salary. So it means that that promise that was given to us was a fluke. It wasn't really thought through. It was a knee-jerk response to I believe journalist questions, or just to tame whatever frustrations or whatever we were going through at that time. So we came to realize that it was something that would not happen. But on the legal front, if we have to take a legal step on this, we might hold the government will have to pay, because, you know, when we were working under contract. The contract was 6 months subject to renewal based on your performance. So the assumption is that, and per the labor law, as we got to realize or find out, is that if after 6 months your contract is not renewed and you end up working for years, which is the case for most of us, then that means it is assumed that you have been taken on permanently. So you're entitled to be treated as a permanent worker. So after the time the closure happened, we had not been given a letter to say that we have been disengaged. And so this is the severance allowance or whatever package that you are taking home. Nothing like that happened. The closure of the toll happened with just a communique on radio. That's what even the letter that came out on the media was not even signed properly by anyone. It was just from the ministry. And it was acted upon, and we lost our jobs. Wow. You know, and yes, so the arrears that is owed us, when we kept pushing and pushing, it got to a point where there was a private contractor who was handling some part of the tool. So we were pushing, we were engaging him as well as engaging the ministry. And then at the point in that, after 6 months into the closure, or 7 months thereabout, the private contractor, gave those who were under him a letter of termination of appointment. So from the closure to when we received those letters, it was about 6 to 7 months. So if we should go the legal way, then that means the government owes us from that time of the closure to when we receive those letters of termination of employment. So that is there. But for those who were working under Ghana Highway Authority, about 18 of the tolls were under Ghana Highway Authority. Those ones did not receive any letter whatsoever. And we didn't receive anything to indicate that the employment has been terminated. So for those people, so as we speak now, they are still on, they should be on government payroll. Government should be paying them to now, because the promise I was given, we're going to pay you until we find you an alternate livelihood. As I speak to you now, that alternate livelihood has not materialized. Wow. Nobody has employed any one of us. Now, I want to veer into this conversation because it might come up, or those who are listening might have heard this or being said somewhere. I mean, there was an issue to do with YEA, and YEA was saying they have employed former Tollbooth workers and all that. That issue, we need to, analyze it well and let the viewers understand what happened. Now, YEA always has the interest of the youth at like finding work for them and job for them. Now, for those who were, those of us who used to work with the various Tollbooths, there were part of us who were persons living with disability, and there were able-bodied persons as well. Now, most of the people who were persons living with disability were joined to an association, which is the Ghana Federation of Disabled. Now, Ghana Federation of Disabled is made up of persons living with disability. Not all of them are Tollbooth workers. Just a few of those membership were those who were working under, with the toll system. So, YEA did a model for the Ghana Federation of Disabled. And it so happens that a few of those who used to work at the various toll plazas had the opportunity to get employed under that model that was designed solely for the Ghana Federation of Disabled. So then there was a point in time where government communicators twisted the facts, and they said that government has employed, in fact, they even said has employed all the former Tollbooth workers who used to work at the railroad, which is a total blatant lie. Wow. It's just a few of our members who were persons with disability who benefited from the intervention that YEA rolled out. So that is what happened, so that nobody throws that into anybody's eyes.
Okay, Duncan, I'm sure per your role in this union or your group, you've been following up keenly what these toll booths should be used for and whether you'll be employed again. Have you engaged the various authorities? What have they been telling you concerning the toll booth collection, and also whether you people coming back again to be employed?
Yes, so we're still engaging this current government. We've had the opportunity. In fact, the current Minister for Roads and Highways, Honorable Gov't, we started engaging him way back when they were in opposition. And lo and behold, when the government came to power, he became the Minister for Roads and Highways. So we've engaged him on several occasions. In fact, for him, his doors are always open to us. I mean, anytime we can walk in there, myself and the chairman, we can go in there and receive us nicely. And so he keeps briefing us on, every step of the way as to the reintroduction of the tolls. Currently, as I speak to you, even last week, we had the opportunity to have a meeting with him where I believe that the contractor, the person who's supposed to build the structures, because this time around it's not going to be the information that have been given to us over the years or months. It's not going to be, there's not going to be any structure on the road, as in toll booths in the road itself. There's not going to be people in the booth who are collecting money, physical money. It will be a gantry system where there will be cameras and sensors overhead. So when you get there, you don't have to stop. You just go through and the sensors pick your whatever it is. I mean, it's your signal or whatever, and then it picks it and it deducts the money from your electronic payment system. So that is what they intend to roll out. And then the last meeting, like I said, that we had, the contractor, I believe, has been selected or almost being selected. The person is going to construct the whole infrastructure and run the system. So that is where we are now.
So is it? So that means from the briefing you have gotten, or from the engagement you've had with the Roads and Highways Minister, Gov't, these toll booths wouldn't be needed. So what is the plan for it? Is it that they will be pulled down, they will be dismantled, or what is the plan?
Yes. Initially, we were even advocating for a hybrid system when we were engaging the current minister. We advocated for a hybrid system where some of the toll booths, or even at some of the plazas, you will have electronic toll gates and then you have manual toll gates. Because we envisage a situation where some, especially the foreign truck drivers who might not necessarily get on the system, because they probably come to Ghana once in 2, 3, 4 months and they will not be going in for the system anyway, so they will prefer to pay cash and go. Equally, there could be even Ghanaians who prefer to even pay cash and not go through the electronic system. So we're advocating for that. But from what the minister was saying, they were clear in their mind that they don't want to go in for any manual collection of toll anymore.
So cashless system, I guess.
Yes. So
because there were allegations, if not factual, that they weren't able to realize enough revenue from the collection of the toll. Did that get to your attention? And is that what the ministry is trying to fight, or the government is trying to fight, by sort of doing cashless when it comes to toll collection?
Yes, I would say that is one of the main reasons for which they want to go cashless. The conversation and the situation and the stories that is circulating in the system as to how corrupt the system was, as to how corrupt toll booth workers was. Most of them are not true anyway. We do.
Oh, really? You are debunking that assertion?
I've read several stories that we print our own tickets. We, a whole lot of things, and it's not possible. You cannot do that. Having said that, though, I will not say that. I know that in every institution or every organization, of course, there might be some bad nuts in there who are doing certain things, but the quantum of the way, the quantum of it and how it is expressed in the government circles and even in the media is not, it's not right. is not correct, you know. So yes, there could be leakage, or there was leakage in the system, yes, but the proportion to which they think that there was a leakage is not like that. So yes, let's plug the hole. So that's why we have never been against this electronic system.
All right.
Our fight, or our what we want is that our people should have jobs. Okay. So that is our fight. That is our negotiation. Whenever we negotiate or we have a meeting, that is our stance. Whatever you do, you do, but make sure that our people have jobs to do.
All right. So, Duncan, so when you look at the situation of the, or the current state of the toll, how do you feel, and how does it make you feel, actually?
It's a shame. I mean, it's especially when in the wake of the closure, when you see that the place that you used to work, cars are breaking it down, people are stealing stuff from it, you know, people still stop this. It's a shame. I mean, it's heartbreaking. And that in the wake of the closure, like I said, even computers and certain things that were locked in there were stolen away. I mean, and some of the immediate, that is the coordinators and the people who were manning the place, took an initiative to even move some of the things, the properties, to a safe location. And the minister then got angry to the extent that I'm rattling feathers down, but I should say it, the former tolls manager at Ghana Highway Authority had to go on suspension because he collected some of the things to the warehouse at Ridge to keep, and the minister got offended that he did that, you know. But so we left all those things for people to steal, and causing all this financial loss to the state. You do all this, and you tell us you're trying to save money. You leave all these properties to be destroyed by people and some to be stolen by people. So it's double standard. Especially, I'm talking about the former Minister for Roads and Highways, which is Honorable Francis. What's the name? I've even forgotten the name. Sorry.
Are you talking about Francis Sensubachi or Kwesi Amakwata?
No, Amakwata. Kwesi Amakwata. Sorry. Yes, so that's the one I'm talking about.
Anyway, so your final words on this: toll workers asking for job now. The e-tolling system may come, and also we're also having issues with the structure right now, deteriorating very fast. Vehicles are running into them and all that. Final words from you, Duncan.
Yes, what I've always said, and we're pleading with the authorities, people in authority, is that our people should be employed, because you put a promise on us that you will give us alternate livelihoods. Governance is a continuous process. Even though those promises was made by the previous administration, this administration should take on I don't want to say burden, but the responsibility to fulfill the promises that was given to us. So we're looking forward to it. We also know that most of our members, because this is going to be technology-based, some of our members will have to go through some form of training. We are hoping and praying that the authorities will see to it that our members will be trained to be equipped with the skills to run the new system that will be, unfolding. So we plead